Hey everyone, welcome to Office Hours Live, the weekly live stream show directly into the official Zenler Facebook group. So if you are here and you are watching this right now, then you are in the official Facebook group. So welcome. Really nice to see you here. We do get lots of people coming in every single week. It is a growing community. So this is our weekly show where we go through a few things each week that's slightly different, and your opportunity to come on and ask any questions you may have as we go through. And if I see them and I can answer them, then we definitely will. And if not, we'll come back to you with the answer after we finish office hours. So what do we cover? Normally I'll cover something educational wise, and I'm going to do that again today, just a little bit differently. And we cover an aspect of the platform that maybe you've not looked at for a while, or that's been updated, or something that you may not have thought about. And that's where we sort of go with this. So I'm going to start off at the beginning. So let's start off with looking at this. So I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. So, as you all may have heard, we are running the Tour of Zenler workshop at the moment. So for the link for you to be able to join this and get all of the replays is in the first pinned comment underneath this particular live. So if you've not yet joined us, do come along and join us. We've been running it since the 25th of February. Every session is recorded and it's put into a replay page. Now, we are running this through Facebook Live as well. However, with Facebook's new rules, new laws, they're going to delete our videos out after 30 days. So they're not going to stay in Facebook forever. So you do need to come in and sign up for the sessions and sign up for the replay so you can watch them back at your leisure. And you may have seen all of the posts coming into the Facebook group recently for some of the assignments we've set people, the things we've suggested that they get involved in and they do after each workshop. And it's been an absolutely incredible experience, not for only us as educators, but for also the people coming into those workshops. So we've ran 8 so far. So we've looked at dashboards and menus. So that was the session number 1. We looked at the page builder. That was session number 2. We did pages and blogging in session number 3. Session 4 was looking at the 5 different live areas that are available in the Zenler platform. Sessions number 5 and 6, we looked at the entirety of what you can do within the courses area and how you can create courses and memberships and bundles. Session 7 was marketing funnels. Yesterday we had communities, and communities, we actually did a little feature release in there as well. So if you've not yet seen that one, go and watch it, because there's a little, well, I say little, it's actually a really important feature release in there. I'm not going to tell you what it is because you need to go and watch it in the live. So go back and see that. If communities is the thing you've been thinking of, phenomenal session yesterday, really worthwhile going in, and you've seen people are now starting to screenshot their communities and put them into our Facebook group so everybody can see what's going on there. Really great to see the action that's being taken by the Zenler users on after that particular workshop. But we're not done yet. So session 9, which is on Saturday, we're looking at emails, email automations, all of the predetermined emails within the system and all of that stuff. Really love the email side of Zenler and just how simplistic it is to be able to set stuff up that's really, really effective. Session 10, we're into next week. I'm going to be taking you through all of the areas of educational support and technical support, how you can get that, where you go, what you need to do, and all of those things. So that's going to be an amazing session as well. And we wrap up the whole series of 11 sessions next Thursday with a open Q&A session where we'll just do a quick recap on what we've been through. Then we're going to open it up for people to come in and ask the questions about anything they want within the platform. So it's been a really, really exciting time here at Zenler, being able to put that together, to do that training, and to be able to deliver that live for our members in Zenler. I've seen a lot of great responses, a lot of aha moments going through in every single workshop we've done. People have gone, wow, I didn't know that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to implement that. I didn't know that existed. It was incredible. And we really enjoy it when we see people getting that type of feedback. So I'm just checking Facebook just to see if anybody is here with me right now. And if people do put comments in there, I will be checking just to make sure. So do join us on that if you can. It will be really, really good to see you in one of the live sessions. They run at 1 p.m. GMT and they're open to everybody, no matter what account you have with Zenler. So feel free to do so. Okay, let's move on to the educational part of this. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to look at one element that came up recently in one of the workshops. And I want to just dig a little deeper into it, just to get people to really understand how this side of things works. I'm just going to turn my camera off so you don't have to look at me. And I'll put me up there. So within courses, I'm just going to go into a random course. And I'm going to go into my curriculum. And I'm just going to pick one of these. Now, one of the things that I really love about this platform is its versatility, the ability to do the things that we want to do, when we think we can do it. And we have so many tools at our disposal here that are built into the system that are really effective for us to help engage with our students and to help them get the most out of Zenler and the most out of their experience with you as an educator, educating people in whatever it is that you do. So we're going to delve into quizzes today and we're going to have a quick look at what they look like. So we have a number of different quizzes that we can do. So my quiz title is going to be how to walk a big dog. Now we can have it graded. And if we have it graded, we can set a percentage that people have to get right before they can move on to the next lesson. So that's the first thing that we need to consider. Do we want it graded where people, and even if it's graded, we don't have to stop them from moving on, but we have the ability to stop them moving on. So if you want to use this as are you understanding what we've been through here so you don't get lost or overwhelmed in the next lesson, then that's a really good idea. So we can click past this before you can move on, but we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create this quiz with the Zenler AI. Now, I really like this feature. I think this gives us a starting point. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's a starting point of being able to create a quiz. So how to walk a big dog, it's ungraded. We're going to put question types in of multiple choice. We're going to have 5 questions. As an example, walking on a long lead is a good idea. Let's put that in as an example question. We're going to make it easy for people to do. Now, when we can go over here and put a text in. So multiple choice, that's the type of question. Maximum questions 5. Type or paste your text here to create questions based on your notes. Maximum of 2,500 characters. We have taught people how to walk a large dog. They should know not to add on a long lead, and also that it's the There's just some example. So let's generate our quiz and see what it comes back with. It's just giving the AI a little bit of an idea of maybe what's gone on in that lesson, maybe what they've learned and things like that. So I'm hoping I've not given it too much information and it comes back with something that's appropriate, something that's good. So it's coming through now. What is one important thing to keep in mind when walking a large dog? Now you'll see here it's got these ticks here. and that will tell us which ones are the correct answer. So we put a green tick next to the correct answer. What is one important thing to keep in mind when walking a large dog? Keep it close on the pavement, and using a leash only at home, letting it run freely, having it on a long lead. Well, none of those are quite right, but we can go in or we can adapt those. We can add a description here as well if we want. Why is it advised not to have a large dog on a long lead? To keep it feeling restricted, to ensure better control, to tire it out faster, to allow it more freedom. So we don't want it on a long lead because we want to ensure better control. Where should a large dog be kept when walking on a pavement? In a park nearby, far ahead of the owner, close to the owner, off the pavement. So you can see it does it has a go. It's not all quite right, but it has a go. We can add different quiz questions in as we want as well. So if we want to add another one in, we can add in a multiple choice. We can add in a true or false. So true or false, add your question. Large dogs can be ridden by cheese. Well, we know that to be false. Let's add another question in. So we can have a matching one. So we can match things if we want to match things up. We can add in media. There's different options. So you can have a picture of someone walking a large dog, which is the correct one. So we would tick the correct one. So we've got to fill in the blanks. We've got multiple responses. So there's quite a few to choose from. If we don't like what's there, we can just literally delete the question and then it goes, bye-bye, it's gone. We've got a thank you page. So thank you for completing the quiz, which we can change. We've got a retake quiz and review quiz. So we've got that, and we've got a results page. The results page is only applicable that you have the grade on it to be able to have passed or failed. So passed, you've passed the quiz, failed, sorry, you've not passed the quiz. So number of retakes. Now over on the side here, we do have our settings. So we've got quiz settings there. We've got our general ones, we've got a passing grade, what the percentage of that would be if we put it up as a passing quiz. Retake count, if we need it, we can enable a review, so they can review their quiz answers. We can enable navigation, so they can navigate through the quiz. We can show the result on each question. We can randomize the questions if we want. Remember, on this side, click save when you have done. We can enable a progress bar in different styles. We can enable a timer if we want to put a timer on it for people to answer within a certain time frame. We have themes here as well, so we can create our own themes and we can then save those themes to be used at a later point within that particular school. And we have our language here, so we've got our start button would be start, submit button submit, so we can change what they are. Okay. Retake quiz, review quiz, so however you want it to be. So that's how our quiz works. Now, when we go back into our module, or lesson, I should say, you'll see that it's in here now. So there's a graded quiz in. I'm just going to get rid of that one. And we've got this one here. So we can preview this. There we go. So that's our quiz. We can start our quiz. Da-da-da. Submit. No, it's wrong. That's the correct answer. Click next. Submit. Yeah, I got it right. I'm not actually looking. Right, we didn't actually fill that one in, so we can't move forward because we didn't actually fill it out properly. But you get the point. So once we've done this, and we go back to our curriculum, we're going back into our site. we want to go back into courses. And we go to our reports. And we can come over here and we can look at our quiz and survey reports. Now, I haven't actually completed a report, a quiz, but this is where that information will be held. People were asking, well, how do I see the results of people that have gone through my quiz or my survey? Well, that's how you do it. So you go to courses, we go to reports, and then we go to quiz and survey. And this will allow us to put our filters on and then look at what quizzes we've got and etc. etc. How to walk my last dog. Nobody's filled it out. I know that. If I run the report, it will just say nothing because we haven't completed it. But that's how we get to see what's going on with our quizzes. So quizzes are really easy. They do auto save as well, which is really nice. So apart from in the quiz settings, all of the question bits and all of that, they are auto saved, which is really brilliant because that saves us a heap of time having to keep remembering to click the save button. So we don't really want to be doing that. So let me just double check if we've got anybody here with me right now. Okay, we've got a couple of people. So just to sum up, that's quizzes for you. If you want the full rundown of quizzes, then you need to go and watch session 5 and 6 of the tour of Zenler, where we go into it in way more detail, where you can go through and play around with the AI generator for quizzes and get a bit more of an appropriate prompts in there that's going to serve your purpose. But it will give you a really good starting point just to get you thinking how you can start to formulate your quiz to get the best result. It's a bit of fun for your students, but more than that, it actually gives you the knowledge of how are my students learning? Have they learned what I've taught them in that lesson or that module? And therefore, are they ready to move on or not? And that may help with your completion rates going through your courses. So that's today's, this week's education point, looking at quizzes within your courses, which is available to a lot of you here at Zenler. So wrapping up, that's it for office hours for this week. It's been a joy as always. Do leave any questions you have underneath and I'll come back and answer them afterwards. Remember, Tour of Zenler is on for session number 9 on Saturday, which will be absolutely amazing. If you want to hear about the latest release regarding communities, that was in session number 8, which was yesterday, which is being processed right now. You can get that on the replay or you can watch it in Facebook, where Rakesh will unveil the latest release in the community area for you, which is a lovely little addition. Really, really does make it good for you. We have, as always, live support desk running every Thursday at 4 p.m. GMT. So if you want to jump on there, you've got questions that you need to answer, then you can by all means do that with Manmeet. And she will be more than happy to help you out. But that's it for me for this week. Have an amazing week. I'll catch up with you in the workshop tomorrow or next week on Office Hours Live, or maybe somewhere else live, because we've got lots planned for the rest of the month going into April as well. So it'll be a joy to see you there. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy the rest of what you're doing. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch up with you real soon. See you later.